Welcome to my third house vlog. So the first thing is they moved my closing date back to the original because they worked pretty hard the last 2 weeks of December and the first week of January and mostly wrapped everything up. So I get to close in 2 weeks and be done living in an apartment. So I'll catch up on where the house is, and I'll tell you a little something you can expect from builders. Everything that my friends told me has come true, just how they do things, and it's a little disheartening, but they're slapping all these things together and it's just kind of ridiculous. So but I think I'll start at the street. Hey, look at the curb. I mean, it's just so sloppily cut, and this is the good looking side. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous right there. And of course it's the winter time, so the yard looks like crap, but they did put my tree in straight, so I definitely appreciate them doing that. But they didn't put that pipe on straight, so I'm gonna have a problem with that. Now on to some good news. I finally figured out what type of brick this is. Apparently it's called gambler brick. So I took a gamble whenever I contracted this house and knew that they were gonna put anything and everything that you just get their hands on because they're having supply chain issues. So I gambled with this gambler brick and I lost. So if you're going to buy a Lennar home and they're telling you they have supply chain issues, be aware that this could happen to you. I mean, this brick looks like shit. Anyway, you see the doors in. It's really nice. I actually like it. And they got our ring door, well, the ring doorbell put in. Everybody gets one in here, so that's a nice little feature. And I swear by them already. I had one at my apartment, and it helped me out quite a bit whenever a pipe burst on the third floor and flooded mine and the one below it. I saw the fire department on the ring doorbell and was able to talk to them and know what was going on and get home and get my dog out of there and watch the water just rain from the ceiling for a couple of hours. It's been over 2 months and they're still rebuilding that apartment that I lived in. Anyway, this brick, I think it sucks. So does about 60% of the people that I ask. I don't think this is a style. Those lines in the brick are from the back side of the brick touching the front side of the brick while it's being transported around and on a pallet. So I'm not sure why they're telling me that this is a style. If that white crap wasn't on the brick, there's 3 different colors under there and I would actually be really happy with it. So right now my goal is just try to put up with it, and then maybe in a couple of years I'll get it stained or something. I mean, there's not another house in this neighborhood that has brick on it that I do not like. Every single one of them looks really good. Even my neighbor has whitewashed brick, but there's no lines or blotches in it. He's got a little more stone than I do. That house looks way better. But they're telling me that this is how it is supposed to be, so I don't care. I'll be inside of it and I won't have to see the outside of it as much as the inside. And I'm a smart guy. If I need to, I can just close my eyes whenever I'm driving down the street and parking. And they came back and painted the trim the same color as everybody else's house, and the garage doors to match. And I like that color. That's not bad. Everybody has the exact same color shingle on this entire street. in case you didn't notice that the first time I panned around. I guess this is some more quality work right here. I mean, don't worry, it's not happening over there. They are gonna hate me when we do this walkthrough. I got some little bushes and I guess some weeds there. I don't know my bushes and weeds, so we'll see. And you'll notice that they have all these things poking up out of the grass everywhere. There's another one over there. I don't know what all this stuff is yet. Everybody has them in their yards. I'm just glad I don't have one of those big green boxes right there. But I do have a little green box over there and a red pole. And I don't really care. I'm not going to be out here hanging out in this yard. This is kind of like a dream for me, having a yard that's just a why bother, hardly anything there yard. In the front, that is. The backyard's quite nice. Tell you, one of the things I do like is that the backyard wraps around the house on both sides, and it's fairly wide, and I have 2 gates, so that's really nice. I'm not walking on this grass because it's so wet and spongy, and I mean, it already looks bad enough, right? But we'll show you the other gate. It's wider than that one, so if I ever feel the need to get a golf cart. Oh. Okay, I guess that's not a gate anymore. It was a gate the other day. Amazing. Lennar just teased me, and they've really been playing with my emotions quite a bit lately. From this angle, the house almost looks bearable. I mean the brick. The house looks fine, but the brick, the gambler brick, it's garbage. Let's talk about the concrete foundation around the side of the house. You can see every house in the neighborhood also has that, I don't know what it is, gray stuff on the outside of the concrete. They just kind of slather it on and make it look like crap as part of the style. So I'll show you some before pictures, but here's the after of the area where the driveway meets the house and how they fixed it. So, I mean, it doesn't look as bad as it did before. And this spot looked pretty bad before they did this to it. But then this had a whole bunch of holes in between this concrete and the lower section. And you can see that they still did a pretty bad job of doing this. These are all called voids. Nice little spots for water to get into. And you can see the concrete's all chipped out and crap. I mean, it's pretty bad. Then they just kind of slather it all over the place, and I mean, I don't know who did this, but it was probably the guy that left all the beer bottles in my garage like a month ago. Brand new house, brand new concrete, and you know, the edges of it are already narfed up, I guess you'd say. Well, at least I'd say. But that's pretty pathetic. Knowing me and my luck, it's probably just this way on my house. More narfed up concrete. Maybe one of these days everything will look nice, but right now it is what it is. But the inside's really nice. All right, I guess we'll start with the garage for the inside of the house update. Right off the bat, you can see got some lovely cracking going on and some narfs in the concrete. They slathered that dark gray stuff inside the garage on the vertical concrete here. And that doesn't look pretty. You see my power panel here doesn't close. And they didn't blue tape that, so we'll see what happens there. There's my pile of gambler brick. All right. There, the Lennar QA has already come through and blue taped a lot of things. Some things they missed that I will gladly point out during the walkthrough that I get to do. These shelves were crooked, so they've been working on fixing that. You can see that they were just a little bit crooked. So hopefully that'll look good whenever they get done with it. I know what this panel is right now. I didn't know earlier, but anything I want to add in here in the form of electronics or whatever, there's a conduit that goes to the attic that you can just feed things down into it. I'm not sure why there's locks on there, but at least I know what the box is for now. The floor looks way better than I thought it would. Just because of the color, I wasn't really into the color when they showed it to me on their little piece of paper in the office. And you can see they have all the blinds in. Every window in the house came with blinds, which was nice. This is the coat closet. Plenty of room in there for anything I need to stick in there, that's for sure. The bathroom came out fairly good, I think. I think it'll work for most of my guests without any problems. Right off the bat, I would just say, the trim around the bathtub looks a little bit wrong. It's probably just rolled under right there in the middle. And the only other thing I don't like about the bathroom is that toilet paper holder is really, really close to whoever's going to be sitting on this toilet. I might move it to over there. This will be my office. It's got a little window in the corner there with this nice big one here. So I'll have my computer desk in here and a few other things. And I will probably paint the walls blue or green. Hey, look at that. Blue tape. Blue tape. Yeah, there's some more blue tape. All right, so from my office, there's the guest bathroom. And then I'm going to call this the twins room, because in here I'm going to build a loft bed, probably a little bit lower than the top blue piece of tape right there. And the bed will be right here in this area, and then I'll have some shelving stairs that go down to the floor. The nieces want the dog to be able to safely go up and down the stairs, so I'll make them nice and wide, and there'll be a little rail so the dog isn't too afraid. And then they'll have a TV over here somewhere. Hey, look, blue tape. Hey, blue tape. Blue tape. Oh, they did that one good, but not that one. They moved the closing date back to the original, and it's just under 2 weeks now. So I have a third-party inspector coming, and then they got to finish all of their stuff up. And then apparently my new home orientation has already been scheduled as well. The floor looks really good. I mean, it's dirty, but it looks pretty good. And I've already figured out what I'm going to do with this space. I mentioned not knowing that in the earlier video, but this is going to have a couch in it with a table, with some sort of chest, with a TV on it, and all the PlayStations and Wii's and whatnot will be in here. And I'll have a dining room table that I can stow away in case I ever need it. This way people can be in here playing games while people in the living room can keep watching TV. There's a nice big opening for the dining room. Oh, I might put a propeller right there. Somewhere inside this house, there's going to be a big propeller. It's part of the decoration, so I'm just trying to figure out where, but I like that spot for it. Thankfully, I've already got my fridge picked out. It's also a GE, so it should match everything else that's in here. Countertops are pretty awesome. I actually like those. And hopefully they will catch that and do something about it. I'm never going to use that thing. I might have some guests that use it, but I don't really cook. I should try one of these days. The appliances seem pretty decent. I will probably use the oven if I'm being honest. Let's check out the microwave now. It seems pretty darn nice, and it is nice and big. I'm pretty sure that I will be happy with this because it'll be the second most used thing in this kitchen besides the refrigerator. And the cabinets look fairly good. I mean, it's all white in here. I'm not really into that. I don't know why they would do something like that. I just figured that, you know, you wanted to have a little bit of contrast. But what do I know? This is another thing I don't like about their construction is this island just has this real thin board surrounding this, and it just seems so flimsy. Plenty of room for a table right there so that I can use the dining room for other things. Between that table and the breakfast bar area right there, I should be covered for 99% of my daily activities. They finally noticed that the 3 bottom shelves were too deep and that the door wouldn't open all the way, and fixed them. I mean, it looks like crap. Thankfully, I'm a dude and I'm not even going to complain about this. It's just a pantry. The back door is pretty decent. Got no complaints about it. Have these little Ring doorbell sensors on the front door and the back door, and then There's a chime in the corner over there. We'll talk about it later. Plenty of cracks in the new concrete. There's another one. And there's another one. Some more of my Gambler brick for your pleasure. There's about 3 different colored bricks underneath this crappy whitewash. Look at that wall. There's plenty of color in there. I'm trying not to let it bug me too much. This area between the house is pretty wide, so that'll leave me some options for some upgrades later. Like, I would like to extend this patio about halfway out with a wooden deck and an overhang that matches the slope of the roof. The fence is okay. I don't really care one way or the other. It's really short, so I guess my neighbors and I will know each other's business. But the backyard, I like it. It's going to be just the right size. You can see it's low in the middle there and goes over there and drains off into the street. You can see back there, they're getting the next phase ready to go. So they did an okay job on all of this trim. I really love the color of the paint they used, and that explains what they were going to do with those gaps up there. We're just going to fill them in with something and maybe paint them later. Okay. They have primed and painted all of that trim, and I don't know if you can see it from here, but right on the corner there's a couple of inches wide and tall, a chunk of it that's just cracked, and they just keep painting over it instead of fixing it. Everybody tells me that my AC unit is too small. We'll see. So the kitchen counter looks pretty darn good. Like I said, I don't really understand the sink, but I really don't care either. So it can just be what it is. The dishwasher apparently works. It's really dark in there for some reason. I've seen other people's like that too, and I also don't care about that. So the living room is pretty big. I have a lot of options for things to do in there. But it looks pretty good, I think. I mean, there's a good sized gap underneath the baseboard there, but I'm assuming that's something I'm just gonna have to live with. I've already got a good plan for curtains to go with these blinds, but I do like the 3 windows. The sun sets right over there during the winter, and I'm sure during the summer it'll be over there somewhere. So this is definitely going to get curtained up. And I'm guessing this is just my Ring doorbell chime. The Ring doorbell stuff comes with the house. Everybody on the street has one, but the lighting in the ceiling going down the hall looks pretty cool. I like how nice and wide and tall the hall is. Now I just got to figure out what I want to do with it. All right, so for my bedroom, it looks pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it. I really wish I had carpet in the bedrooms, but this doesn't look bad. I mean, this always looks better than carpet. I just want some carpet, man. I'm also really happy with the bathroom. The walk-in shower is pretty cool. It's got a door on it instead of a slider. And of course, I have dreams of putting a TV behind the door here, but I just found out today the fan is tied into the light switch. So I might have to rethink that. I feel like there's way more storage space in this house for certain types of things that I won't need, but I'm not complaining. So the closet is actually fairly good. I really, really like it. It's got a lot of space in there. Anyway, the bathroom sinks look pretty good. The counter is okay. I think it just kind of looks like some sort of concrete. Anyway, that's where the house is right now, and I'll be closing in less than 2 weeks. So hopefully if any of you actually came across this and watched it, it's useful information for you. Got another ring sensor here for the garage. And I'll go ahead and close the door. So I'll shoot a video of us coating this garage floor. And we'll see how that goes. One of the guys that I co-own my airplane with will be down here helping me, and possibly another friend if he's in town. So that'll be the very first thing we do the day after I close, is prep this floor. Then on the next day, coat the floor. Then I'm going to give it the week to cure. And then the following weekend, I'll be able to move in. I'll update you guys whenever that happens. Thanks for watching.